You ever drive past an old house and feel like the windows are watching you? Like the whole place is alive, just waiting, holding its breath? That's the feeling you got when you passed the old Culver place on Highway 9. Locals called it the Bone House. No one remembers who first called it that, but the name stuck like rot on a carcass. Me? I grew up 3 miles from that cursed structure, and I know what really happened there. I saw things, heard things, things that never left my mind even now. So if you're brave or foolish enough to listen, I'll tell you the truth about Bone House. The story starts in late October, about 2 weeks before Halloween. The wind had that early bite to it, and the trees looked like they were dying all over again. My friend Darren had this stupid idea one Friday night. "Let's check out Bone House," he said. Like it was a dare we hadn't heard before. Darren was always like that, more guts than brains. With him was Julie, his girl, and her cousin Mark, who was visiting from Ohio. I didn't want to go, but if I didn't tag along, they'd never let me hear the end of it. We parked on the dirt path that led to the house. No real driveway, just crushed leaves and tire marks from teenagers trying to prove they weren't scared. The house looked worse than I remembered. Boards hanging like loose teeth, paint long gone, windows cracked like the place had wept itself to death. As we stepped onto the porch, every footstep made the wood groan like it was warning us. Julie hesitated. "Maybe we shouldn't," she said. But Darren laughed and pushed the door open with a loud creak. Inside smelled like mold and dead things, maybe rats or birds, maybe something else. The wallpaper was peeling like skin, and the air was so cold it cut through our jackets. We split up. Darren and Julie took the staircase while Mark and I stayed on the first floor. That was our first mistake. In the parlor, we found bones. Not animal bones. Human. Arranged in a weird pattern on the floor. Circles and symbols I didn't recognize. Mark joked about it, said it was probably some edgy teens doing witchcraft. But the bones were too old, too dry, too real. My breath caught when I saw the jawbone, teeth still intact. That's when we heard Julie scream. We ran up the stairs like our feet weren't even touching the wood. Julie was in the hallway, crying and pointing toward a bedroom door. "He just disappeared," she sobbed. I shoved open the door. No Darren. The room was empty, except for an old rocking chair that was slowly rocking by itself. No wind. No reason for it to move. Just that creaking sound that made my spine twist. We searched the whole upstairs. No Darren. He was just gone. Julie lost it. She tried to run but tripped at the top of the stairs. When we picked her up, her nose was bleeding and she was shaking all over. We decided to leave. We had to, but the house didn't let us. The front door wouldn't open, locked tight. We even tried breaking a window, but when Mark hit it with a chair, the glass didn't even crack. It was like hitting stone. The Bone House had decided we weren't going anywhere. We regrouped in the kitchen. Julie was mumbling something, her eyes wide and unfocused. "It's in the walls," she kept whispering. "It's listening." Mark tried to calm her down, but then we heard the sound. Bones clattering, like someone dragging a sack of them across the floor above us. We looked up, and the ceiling boards began to groan. Something was moving up there. Heavy, purposeful. Mark grabbed a rusted knife off the counter. "If something's up there, we fight," he said. I didn't want to fight anything. I just wanted out. We climbed the stairs again, this time slower, every board protesting under our weight. The hallway was darker now, the single bulb above us flickering like it was losing hope. We reached the bedroom where Darren disappeared. It looked different this time. Larger somehow, deeper, like the room had stretched when we weren't looking. And in the far corner was a doorway we hadn't seen before. It was small, almost like a crawl space, but the air leaking from it was warm and wet, like breath. Mark crouched down and peered inside. "It goes deeper," he whispered. "Way deeper." Against my better judgment, we followed. The crawl space led to stairs, stone ones, spiraling down into the earth. The deeper we went, the colder it got. The walls were carved with symbols, and bones were embedded in the mortar. Skulls stared out at us, jaws locked in eternal screams. At the bottom was a chamber. In the middle was an altar made of femurs and spine, and behind it, God help me, was Darren, or what was left of him. His body hung suspended in midair, eyes rolled back, mouth open in a silent scream. His chest had been opened, ribs splayed like insect legs. Something writhed inside his chest cavity, long and black and wet. It slithered out and dropped to the ground with a sickening thud. It stood up, humanoid but all wrong, no skin, just muscle and sinew and bone. And its face, it wore Darren's face like a mask. Julie collapsed. Mark charged. I froze. Mark swung the knife, but the thing was fast. Too fast. It knocked him aside like he was paper. Then it looked at me, that face grinning, twitching, peeling. "You came to my house," it said. Its voice was hundreds of voices, all overlapping, some screaming, some laughing. "Now you belong here." I ran. I left them. I know that's cowardly. I know, but something in me broke. I scrambled up the stone stairs, hearing their screams behind me. The hallway twisted. The doorways all changed. The house was alive, its bones shifting, grinding, trapping. Somehow, by blind luck or fate, I made it back to the kitchen. The front door was open now. Just open. I didn't look back. I didn't call the cops. What would I say? That a house full of bones ate my friends? No one would believe me. And even if they did, the house would just wait. Like it always has. They tried to demolish it once, Sent in a crew. Bulldozers, wrecking balls. Nothing worked. The machines just stopped, died on the spot. One of the workers went missing. Another was found dead in his truck, face frozen in terror, mouth stuffed full of finger bones. Now the bone house just stands there, waiting, like a spider in its web. People still go in sometimes. Teenagers mostly. Some come back. Some don't. Those that do, they don't talk much anymore. And me? I never went back. But I dream about it. Every night, I see Darren's face. I hear the creaking bones. And sometimes, when I wake up, I swear I hear something crawling under my floorboards. So if you're ever driving down Highway 9 and you see a house that looks like it's breathing, keep driving. Don't stop. Don't look. Because once the bone house sees you, it never forgets.